Hey, good morning. This is Joe from Citrus County Porch Life, bringing you a daily word for men for October 13th, 2024. Where did I sleep last night? I think it was an accumulation of all those days of not getting so much sleep, preparing for the hurricane, the arrival of the hurricane. You know, all that wind and rain against the awnings, and just worrying about what was going to happen with the house. But I went to bed last night and I slept, and it was good. You know, sometimes sleep is very, very good. So, our reading for today, the title is Enthusiasm. Work with enthusiasm as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people. And that is from Ephesians 6, verse 7, NLT version. Peter was a man with enthusiasm. He was quick to speak, swift to act, full of passion. Sometimes it caused trouble. This was because his zeal was for Jesus to take the throne and become the King of Israel. He wanted to be part of this and one of the leaders of it. In his excitement, Peter didn't recognize the timing of God, but after Jesus' death and resurrection, Peter's fervor grew into enduring faith filled with zeal. Jesus inferred that upon Peter and his conviction he would build the church. As we see in Acts, this is what God did. He took Peter's self-promoting enthusiasm and turned him into an eager servant of Christ, who preached to many and led the early church of Jerusalem. And the question for us is, how can God capture your enthusiasm to be used for His purpose? Well, in my case, I'm usually very reluctant. I have to survey the area and see what it's all about. It's just my nature to be very skeptical of everything. I don't know if I like math because I'm skeptical and want everything orderly and making sense in my mind, or the other way around. So, you know, that's the kind of mind I got, so I picked something to study and, you know, work in my life that was very much like that. Or maybe it's a combination of both. But in my case, once I sign on to something, I'm all in. I'm very much in. You know, do my best to see something through. That's why when I was in IT, I was the leader of many projects at work. If there was a problem, they'd assign it to me. And over the years, we had different things. We had like quality circles and different groups. We called them different names to do assigned tasks. Sometimes we didn't know what the task was. We got together, we had a conference, and within the mission of the bank, we came up with an issue that we wanted to solve, and we solved it. So once I decide I'm all in, that there's no holding me back, I get consumed by a project, and I'll see it through. And there's the model that they used at the bank that I worked at, as I mentioned, was quality circles. That could capture all your enthusiasm. People had projects to do. We had dates for completion, and we had an end. They call it, sometimes in other circumstances, they call it project life cycle. You have a start and you have an end to it. And that's what I did. and all you had to do was mention that it was very technical. Then I liked it. Like, nothing got me more excited than going in and getting absolute machine language, which was just zeros and ones on the IBM computers that we used. I'd get a dump that was maybe 50 pages long of paper, you know, the old big paper that was like 11 by 18. And I love that stuff. And I'd work on it till I found the answer. And so, even now, that's how I think God captures my enthusiasm. Wherever anything at church would go wrong with any kind of AV or computer system, I'd go and I'd say, hey, you need some help? And you usually get it up. And so that's the short and sweet of it. For me, I like difficult things, and I like to see them through to the end. And I have a little blue fog staring me in the face here. He's on my porch railing, and he's looking at me. Now, what does that mean? So I have a very good day. I've got people coming to help with the roof and to help with the yard. We've got a lot of trees that produce pine needles here. And, you know, usually they fall at a regular rate. And I have a guy come 3 times a year to do the gutters. And this time, everything was shaken off the tree, and it seemed more than my neighbors to just come right into my yard. And it's really thick, and I don't want to use my own personal mower, which is one of those little electric ones, so it doesn't make too much noise to disturb my neighbors. So, yeah, I'll be having some guys come over today to look at the roof, the 4 shingles that are lifted up. And that's about all I have to recover from from the post-hurricane. I set everything up so I didn't have to use the refrigerator or freezer. I made loads of ice. What I didn't use, I kept in there. And it kept stuff cold, so I haven't lost any meat or vegetables or anything. I had a salad last night from all the stuff that had been in the refrigerator was still cold. So I guess preparing is a good thing. People think I'm crazy. I was making ice for a whole week. I said, I'm not going to run out. Putting it in coolers, covering them with quilts. But have a very good Sunday. A safe and holy Sunday. And we will see you tomorrow on Monday.